15% of people have gotten the achievement for the Coke cans. 13% of people have held hands. I wonder what that is. I'm going to look that up. Little Nightmares 2 in the palm of my hand. I wonder if you just have to hold her hand long enough. To get this achievement, you need to hold Six's hand for a total of 6 minutes. Okay, I didn't know her name was Six, so I probably spoiled that. I don't know how important that is, but it is what it is. Oops. No more lookups. Oh my god. I know the perfect game. Alrighty. Gonna have to remember to set everything back to Little Nightmares 2 tomorrow. Megabonk. I don't know what I need to do in Megabonk. So these are all the characters. I haven't even played all of them, really. But I unlocked all the characters. What I like in these games is when it shows you an unlock and tells you how to unlock something, and then I just chase like unlocks. So I've unlocked all the weapons, I've unlocked all the characters. This seems like it'll be really difficult. And then here's all the items. I still have a lot of items to do. I can do, maybe we'll try to unlock one item for today. I do like Birdo. I haven't really used them. This will take forever. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna try... I think it's fun to just pursue one thing at a time, but we're gonna try and pursue, a couple things. So... 10,000 enemies seems a bit steep, but I'll do that. And this says kill 10,000 enemies using the Dexecutioner. So that's a weapon, and we're going to use that. So I'll play as Birdo, and we'll use the Dexecutioner. Damn, there's a lot of characters. So it's like... This is why... this is the survivors element. There's all these weapons. Every one of these characters uses one of these weapons. Whereas in Risk of Rain, every character has like their own abilities and movement or attacks and stuff and weapons. And if you want to change that, you change your character. Whereas every character starts with one of these weapons, and you can equip up to 3 other weapons, but you can get like... This guy has a fireball staff. You can get the fireball staff and use it on anybody else. And then also like survivors, each of them, they start with one of the weapons, but they also have a level up stat. So, I don't know what Fox is. Sir Oofy Owie Ouchie, he levels up 1% armor every time he levels. And calcium levels up like speed, movement speed, stuff like that. Oofy Owie Ouchie. I'm going to play Birdo though, because Birdo I need for the achievement. And I need Dexecutioner. Where is he? Birdo. Okay, I don't think I can do this because it's actually, I struggle doing tier 3s. I've done 1 tier 3 once. And it's not this map, so I still need to beat this desert. There's only 2 maps in Megabonk currently. Hopefully they add a ton more. But yeah. It's basically Survivors and Risk of Rain 2. Just gonna level up the Tornado for now. But yeah, this is pretty deep into progression at this point. I've unlocked like 90% of the game, so... A lot of the fun, in my opinion, is unlocking stuff. Ooh. So now we have 2 tornadoes being sent out at once. The thing I kind of enjoy about this, I don't really remember Vampire Survivors, like all the stats. I'm pretty sure projectile count is also in Vampire Survivors. But, in this game, projectile count's pretty powerful. And it's rewarding from the get-go. Like, I didn't just... I feel like Vampire Survivors is like, add 0.1 projectile count. So you need to level it up 10 times to get a second projectile. This game is like... You can't not get one projectile every time you level it, you know? Get money... Oh yeah, I shut off music because I listened to... I was watching people stream this game while I was playing it. And, oh, that's loud. Yeah, it was kind of, confusing for me. If I click this statue here, it'll actually summon, a boss who uses the weapon that I want to use. It's Silithus. I thought you were gonna say, Skarner. I was watching a speed run of Balatro while I was playing this game. And the guy doing the speed run. Okay, I'm gonna refresh because I'm gonna try. I've leveled up my tornado and the Sparta's dagger, but I want to try and get the other weapon that I want. Basically, I was watching a speedrun of Balatro, and the guy speedrunning Balatro turns out to be like, I don't think he is anymore, but when League was first released, he was the most played Skarner in the world. Like, he had the most hours out of anybody who played Skarner. And they were like, we were like the best Skarner, and he was like, no, absolutely not. He just had the most hours played on Skarner in League of Legends. What's her name? I feel like he said his name was different at the time. His name in League is like, has Skarner in the name, I think. But, his name is... I actually don't know his name, because it's like a... I think it's a play on words. It's like Dr. Disrespect, but it's not. It's Dr. something. But, if you look up Balatro Speedrun at Ludwig's Fast 52 event, that's what it is. And he runs a channel that's, I think, called like Balatro University. Scorpionussi. And, yeah. They call him the Doctor. Because I guess he's in charge of this university for Balatro. It's just a YouTube channel that puts out, Balatro guides. I'm gonna die. Let's go ahead and do a katana. I don't even think I can kill him before the clock starts ticking again. Shit. Kill him! Kill him! Kill him! These are all weapons, so I don't really care to level up my dagger. I need a Dexecutioner, which is a specific weapon. I don't need it, but I would like it. I think I'm gonna die before I even get anything going in this run, though. Oh my god, of course. I'm just having fun. Winding down. I'm gonna die on the swarm. Probably. Okay, never mind. It's just mummies. So hopefully I can do alright. I don't know if it's still in the game, but I actually should have gotten this like a fire walking weapon. There it is, projectile. Because apparently if you fly in the air, like if you have weapons that give you like an aura beneath you, if you get airborne, I think they increase in size. Okay. How am I gonna get a Dexecutioner? Yeah, some people actually like fun shoals. Hey, are you shitting on shoals right now, Escobars? You better fucking apologize. You would never? Esco, do you play this? Oh, he's going to. He's going to. He's going to. It looks like RuneScape? Yeah. That's not a thought that crossed my mind, but yes, I agree. It's like if you could control RuneScape. That game that I mentioned to y'all, it's like Dragon Wilds or something. It's something to do with dragons. It's like a RuneScape crafting game. I think it looks too good. And unfortunately, it's also Unreal Engine 5, so I think it probably runs like shit. But I think it looks too, like, fancy to be RuneScape, in my opinion. I hope they dumb down the graphics, or maybe you can set the graphics to look kind of shittier. Oh my god, my nose is bugging me today. Let's do, okay, so this is what's cool. I have 3 weapons right now. I have a tornado, I have this heat-seeking dagger or whatever, and this katana. If I upgrade my katana, I go from 1 slash every time it attacks to 2 slashes every time it attacks. But if I do if I level up my projectile count tome, which is this here, then all 3 of my weapons get an extra projectile. So maybe you want to level up a specific weapon. I won't always level up projectiles, but for the most part, early on, like, if you get a ton of projectiles, it's just baby food. I haven't even found a shrine. What the hell? Cool. That's like one of the second highest difficulties. This is the boss portal. That's cool. So there's the boss portal. So that's like Risk of Rain. You find the boss portal and you summon a boss. Okay, gotta eat. Thank you for stream. Bye, Shoals. Enjoy food prep and everything. Hello, Ethan. I've seen a ton of people playing this now. What is it like, the next Vampire Survivors? It's like Vampire Survivors and Risk of Rain 2 combined. Have a good day, Shoals. Welcome in, Ethan. How have you been, man? It has been a while. Yeah, it's like, it's got the auto mechanics of, Survivors. I think I'm dead here. Never mind, I can fly. I need some damage, though. My damage is really lacking. My nose is so itchy. I don't know why. Let's do some experience. Oh, there's a heart. Risk of Vampires. Oh, yeah. I've literally never heard that. That's really clever, actually. Doing alright, just chugging along at work and prepping for trips. Is it work trips or is it more fun trips you got in store? Hopefully some fun ones. I'm doing alright. I was playing Little Nightmares 2 for the first time today. I'm actually going to end at the end of this run, so either I fail, which I'm probably going to fail right now, but either I fail or I don't. But I'm going to stop after this run. I don't want to land because these scorpions are going to murder me. I want this tiki head because it's basically like a free upgrade, but I'm going to die right now. Okay, it's too risky. Too risky. This is really a bad... Okay, I might... If I die, I'm gonna do another run because I'm already hooked. Or fuck it, maybe I just Megabonk for like 4 hours. This is not looking too good for me. It's looking real spooky right now. I don't like this bird character, actually. I think I said I like him. But, I don't. Okay, I need to not banish. Okay, good. Dexecutioner. Basically, I just wanted to get my Dexecutioner weapon. And I want to get a bunch of kills with that weapon. Let's do HP regen, why not? And... No, let's not do damage. XP? Sure, why not, man? I'm gonna level up the crap out of my Dexecutioner so that it becomes pretty powerful and gets most of my kills, hopefully. I only have a minute and a half left, which means once that timer runs out, it's gonna start doing like an endless swarm of ghost enemies. And that's not good. Because I barely opened anything on this map. This is such a terrible start. Done a couple work trips the past few weeks, but I'm doing TwitchCon. That's right. I keep forgetting TwitchCon is like right around the corner. Because this is late now, isn't it? We're into October and there's no TwitchCon. So it's much later than last year, eh? When is that? I'm not going to TwitchCon obviously this year, but I think my boss is, so probably have to figure out how to do like what content's coming out around TwitchCon. Us. Increase damage. Let's do movement speed because I feel really slow. I should have gotten the ring, but that would be like a 20% damage bonus right now, but I'm not doing any damage, so I don't know how much that's gonna help me. Okay, this power up is a speed power up. Let's do reflect damage. Pick up this free chest. And then fight this boss, and we're gonna die, I think. Ooh, this is a power bonus, so maybe this will help us kill him. Except he's not even being targeted right now, so this is pretty unfortunate. Wow, I have no damage, man. It's nice being in the fly, though, as a bird. That's pretty powerful. Oh, never mind, I'm dead. Oh, shit. October 17th to 19th. You think last year was just early. Interesting. I'm back hooked on Megabonk. I haven't been playing it for a few days, so... Oh, weird. They must have just reset leaderboards? Oh, leaderboards. Oh. They didn't just reset leaderboards. This is the dev who's put the #1 player as LB was hacked and the #2 player as working on a fix. That's funny. Okay. I think, okay, let's try Birdo again. And I don't know what tomes I'm gonna use. If I'm using Dexecutioner, that really, I mean, anything will benefit from projectile counts. Let's try projectile counts. I do like a luck tome. Maybe lifesteal? I might get movement speed just for myself. Generally, I like to have one HP related thing, so either lifesteal or max HP or HP regen. I think I'll just try for lifesteal though. Let's try again. I need 10,000 kills with that sword and with this gun. But yeah. Little Nightmares is fun. I played Little Nightmares 1 last week for the first time. Absolutely adored it. Little Nightmares 2, I'm definitely not disliking it at all. And that's probably like a very... Ooh, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Let's see how this works. So basically, you can fly in the air. So you can get a bunch of, like, enemies... They can stack on each other, but they can't, like, get to you, except that very specific ghost at the end of the game. So, I guess I can just float in the air and kill people with my fire. Yeah, played Little Nightmares 1 last week. Absolutely adored it. And started Little Nightmares 2 today. It's way longer than I thought it was. So I was going to split it into 2 streams. I was going to end stream now, but I think I'll just sit on Megabonk for a little bit. Maybe try a few runs if I keep dying. But yeah, I'm loving, Little Nightmares 2. Way more gameplay heavy, I'm noticing, over Little Nightmares 1. I feel like Little Nightmares 1 was a bit more, just kind of experiential. A lot of art was carrying that as opposed to like gameplay, which is fine. I still love it. Isn't the third coming out soon? Yeah, I think like next week or in 2 weeks or something like that. It's not made by the same dev, so I think generally people are excited for it, but maybe not as excited. But I think the next game by the Little Nightmares devs is also coming out kind of soon, maybe? It's called Reanimal. I don't know if it is coming out soon. I can't kill him. The blue skeleton, there's blue skeletons and gold skeletons. When you hit them, they run away, and after a while, they like go underground and leave. Slutty Rocket's good. Yeah, why not? But if you're not strong enough, they run away. But if you kill them, they give a ton of experience and or gold. So basically, if I was able to kill that skeleton, I would have gotten a level for free. But I didn't. Oh, that's already gone. Rink, welcome back. Damn, this game is a must-buy, isn't it? I mean, if you're into it, yeah. I'm into it. I'm into survivors. I'm constantly looking out for survivor-like games, and in my opinion, it's kind of funny if your game is bad, because I think literally every game that came after Vampire Survivors is just better than it, but that's not the case. There are some, like, really crappy Survivors games now. But I don't think this one is. I think this one's good. I really like another one called Halls of Torment, maybe? But, something's wrong with that game. When I boot up Halls of Torment, it starts as if, like the top left of the window is in the center of my screen, and there's nothing I can do to move it or mess with the resolution or anything. If I uninstall the game, it doesn't fix it. Like if I reinstall the game. So yeah, that's pretty unfortunate. I played Halls of Torment, not on release. Maybe I played it on release, but it's early access. So there's only like, oh shit, there's only like 3 levels or something in it. And I'm not gonna do the Birdo achievement. I'm gonna do a different one. There's only like 3 levels or something, maybe 4 levels, and then they released an update that added a new level and like more characters and content and stuff, and I couldn't play it, so. One day I'll go back to it, hopefully, if it's fixed. Reanimal is 2026? It's always risky when new devs take over. Yeah, you never know what you're gonna get. I know like 343 Studios and Halo. It seems like a lot of people still like Halo, but obviously everybody thought it was not good when Bungie dropped out of that. But in my opinion, Bungie's just lost everything anyway. Because of Destiny. I really am not a fan of Destiny at all. I think Destiny is like one of the worst sort of setup games that's existed. I think it's so toxic and I don't think the gameplay is good. I think like the shooting and the gunplay is probably fine, but literally everything outside of that core experience, all the loot, all the systems, all the questing, I think it's so bad. Sure, let's do that. I'm gonna avoid getting difficulty increases so that I cannot die. Do you hate Destiny? Hell yeah, brother, stand strong. I'm right there with you. But yeah, I'm really excited for Reanimal. I still want to play Little Nightmares 2. I think it's co-op. That's sort of like exciting for me. I don't think I'll play on release, and I don't know if I'll even stream it, but definitely want to play it with someone. Oh my god, my nose is so itchy today. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I think this will be... maybe I'll play for like 14 minutes. I'll stream for 14 more minutes, or until this run ends, whichever is longer. Let's do HP, because I'm going for an HP achievement, or I guess it's technically an achievement, but my next unlock is to hit 500 HP. So, this monkey gains 2 HP every time he levels up. But I'm also gonna get a tome that increases my HP, hopefully. I just need to kill shit. Oh. I see you, buddy. Please die. The thing that's cool is this game has, you can do closest enemy targeting. Or you can do, it's called smart targeting. And I think if you do smart targeting, oh my god, what the hell is going on my nose? If you do smart targeting, I think it like prioritizes the enemy that you would probably want to target over whatever's closest. But I think all that means is if there's a boss within your range, you'll target the boss over any other enemy. But it doesn't apply to like those skeletons, the gold and blue skeletons, unfortunately. I like this monkey because I think he's one of the fastest characters by default. Another fast character is called Calcium. He's the skeleton. I really like him. Because the biggest issue with this game to start is everyone is so slow. You have to figure out how you can move quickly across the map so you can pick up stuff. I just unlocked Shattered Knowledge last time I played this game. I haven't actually ever got it, so I'm going to save up for that. But yeah. A friend of mine used to stream it all the time, and I wanted to die sitting there watching. Oh no. I don't know if we're like you complaining because I don't know if you're a good friend or a bad friend. Like if you're watching they're complaining, maybe that's still... I think maybe I'd still want to have a friend watching complaining about my stream as long as they're like watching, interacting, and keeping me company. That's probably better than nothing, but that sucks though. I'm lucky. Maybe people would want me to like chat when I don't like what's going on in a stream, but if I'm not interested in what's happening, I'm a very like personality based, so it's never usually like this game sucks, I'm not gonna watch, but it's like if the chat vibes are just off, that's normally I'm just like, well, then I don't really want to be a part of it. Okay, I'm gonna stop itching my nose and I'll see how long I can last. How long I can last without itching my nose. I'm not doing enough damage. I need experience. to clear out these guys to get my loot, but Jesus. Oh yeah, I was gonna say the monkey's a good guy to start with because he's not inherently fast, but for whatever reason, his jump, every character can jump in this game. His jump, like, propels him forward. I didn't last long. I think I have a mustache hair that's, like, angling into my nose. I think that's what's occurring. If I can get that thunderbolt, I can kill some bitches. Alright, nice. Nice, nice, nice. Lifesteal, hell yeah. Experience shards now slice through enemies, dealing damage as they pass? That's crazy. West, what is your sleep schedule? It seems to me you're always awake at any time. That's not the case. I'm basically on like a UK sleep schedule. So if your normal day is you would wake up at like 9 a.m. and go to bed at midnight, 11 p.m. That's sort of the schedule I'm on, but I'm on East Coast time. So 5 hours early. So I wake up at 4 a.m. And I go to bed at like... I like to be in bed by 6, but that hasn't really been working out. But I would like to be passed out by 8 p.m. This music is hitting. But that doesn't really work out usually. But yeah, I'm on like a EU sort of time schedule. Still haven't found an HP tome. Experience tome is good because it means you just like level up faster, which is if you can level up. I think you can go beyond level 100, so it's actually really good. Very powerful. And obviously like leveling up is like your main source of power. Let's get out of here. I've spent too much time in this corner. I haven't really gotten a lot of stuff again. Okay, now I have to get an HP tome no matter what, so I have to be careful. Let's do... I already have the demonic blade, so let's do a boss buster. Hate when that happens, no one warns you of the rogue stash hairs. Yeah, maybe it was yesterday I trimmed my mustache, but I don't know what to do with my mustache, man. I think I look weird without it. It's already like very fair, very light. It's like blonde, whereas like my beard hair goes, you know, like dark brown. But it's also not very like full. So if I let it grow out, I don't think it looks good. It doesn't look thick. It looks like patchy. I don't know how to describe it. And then if I like completely shave it, I think I look weird with nothing on my lip. And then if I try to keep it trimmed, it's really itchy and like pokey. It's like it's not heavy, so they all stick out and poke me, and everything sucks. My life is really difficult. I feel like I've gotten these difficulty buffs. You live in the US, but you're on Europe schedule? Yes. Dye it darker? Would that actually help? Would that make it, like, heavier? Crit chance! Sorry your stash is fried and chopped. It's just funny, because... not, like, calling attention to anybody. I don't even know if this is how any of you guys feel, but, it definitely just feels like everybody wants what they can't have. So, I'm sitting here complaining about, like, the uncomfortability of my facial hair. And I think there's plenty of guys out there who are upset that they can't even, like, grow facial hair consistently, you know? I honestly didn't think I had really good. I still don't really think I have fantastic facial hair, but the thing is, it grows, and I think that's basically half the battle. To me, I just see people like Ethan who have the thickest, burliest facial hair, and I'm like, damn, dude. What do I need to do? If I had to lose hair on my head, I'd have hoped my facial hair would be nice and lush. No! I want that chest, but it's always scorpions, man. Scorpions, I forget, I kind of lost track of how this guy handled this, but I guess instead of using an artificial intelligence for the NPCs, they're like physics based. I don't really know how that like means anything different, but scorpions, because of how their physics and their hitboxes work, they can stack on top of each other. It's really fucking spooky. I'll allow that in a moment, Rink. Maybe if you have light. Do you ever brush it? I don't brush it. I'm gonna start, I'm gonna look into beard oils though. I'm gonna see what beard oils will do, because I think it's sort of like an unrelated thing, but maybe it'll help my mustache. But just generally, I think beard oils will help with how itchy the rest of my beard is. Because when my beard reaches a certain length, obviously it gets like pretty fucking itchy too. Holy, maybe, but if you have light hair, it blends in your skin more. Yeah, I used to, oh, well, there it goes. I used to think I didn't have like a mustache because it was so light. It was so blonde. I used to think I didn't have facial hair because it was so blonde. And then I'm not aware of when I started growing facial hair, because I had just like the gross, like you're a kid, but I was like 17, 18, and it felt like I just had like little spurts and tufts of blonde hair. So I started shaving, and then I started working, and then I obviously kept shaving while I was working. So during the few years that I was working, where I was working and I had to shave, I had to, I think it just, over time, is when all like my beard started growing in. And then I stopped working at places where I had to shave, and I was like, oh shit, I can actually grow a little bit of a beard. I'm gonna try this again. I think I'm not paying attention, so I'm not making good choices. I'm also trying, you obviously do a lot better when you're not chasing achievements, because I wouldn't use this Dexecutioner weapon. I wouldn't get a HB tome. I'd prioritize like this banana is actually a really good weapon. And I'm not doing any of that because I'm trying to hit these achievements. But it is what it is. I feel the same way though, like I have some patchiness. It's filled in more as I've aged though. Will it would fill in my head though? Yeah, I wish that too. Not your head, but I wish my head wasn't lacking, but I mean, I'm better as, I don't know how to say it. But basically, as time goes on, I just get like more and more okay with myself anyway. So it's not even like an issue at this point. Shaving my head is a pain in the ass though. I actively don't like how I look if I have any hair on my head. But Jesus, to keep it like completely bald is so annoying. Auto modded. Fuck. My goal here is to make Wes laugh out loud once. Ooh. What happens when you achieve your goal? Because that might not be like possible. Let's do experience. I actually haven't heard most of the music in this game because I muted it pretty early on. Have you ever thought about gluing your pubic hair onto your face? That might work. No. I've not once considered that. Oh, bluey. Beautiful. Let's do... Because this doesn't do projectile count, I'm going to do experience. I always wonder what, like, the best pace is. 10 minutes is really quick. And there's an achievement that I'll hope to get someday where I have to, like, interact with everything on a single map 3 times over. But basically, my rule of thumb is if it's taking you a while to kill enemies, then don't even bother. Like, don't focus on killing enemies. Just focus on getting shit. Let's do HP again. Okay, I'm gonna leave these scorpions, man. Holy crap. I'm gonna do Leeching Crystal, because there's another achievement that's associated with Leeching Crystal, so maybe we try and do that as well. Okay, nice. There's a shield. This is invulnerability. I need something better, man. I can't. I'm not gonna do luck. This sucks. Let's do crit chance. Get out of the scorpions, please. I wanted to pick up those hamburgers, but I think it's too dangerous. Yeah, I didn't know I could grow facial hair till like 5 years ago. Really? I did, it's crazy. I don't know what the timeline was of the pictures that I've seen of you when you were younger. But, I wonder if it was just one of those circumstances where, like, when you started growing facial hair, you were in a phase where you were, like, shaving it constantly, like, constantly clean shaven, so you just didn't know. You weren't aware of it, but if it's any consolation, I think your facial hair is phenomenal, Ethan. I think your head hair is phenomenal, too. But, again, everybody just, like, wants what they don't have. I really don't know what tomes to get. I need a health tome and I want a projectile tome, so what's the last tome that I get? I don't think attack speed is that worth. Should have gotten Aegis, to be fair. That's a good weapon. Oh. Stuff takes, like, when you get a power-up from a broken jar, it takes so long to hit the ground. There's the boss. I don't know why I'm doing like so. I mean, I guess it's because I'm streaming it, but holy crap, it feels like I'm just not leveling up at all. That scarf can be pretty powerful, but even though I'm jumping a lot, I don't like feeling like I have to be jumping to do my most damage. Two boss tomes right next to each other. Me trying to figure out on which jobs you have to shave. Like anything public service, but it was... I basically worked at this job and then halfway through my time there, they basically said you couldn't have facial hair outside of the goatee region, so you couldn't have your cheeks. And you had to have, like, up to a certain level on your sideburns. So you couldn't have sideburns. And you had to shave your neck and stuff like that. And then with the facial hair that you were allowed, the regions that you were allowed, you had, like, a specific length. I think you couldn't go above, like, 1 inch or something. And while I was working there, they removed that, and they basically said you can have whatever facial hair you want. It just has to be within a certain length. And I don't know if it was still an inch. They might have allowed you to have, like, longer and more hair. But, I don't even remember the rules for tattoos because basically people weren't following the tattoo rules anyway. But they released the rules for having, like, tattoos covered up and stuff. I don't think you were allowed to have tattoos visible for the most part. Yeah. But a lot of places used to restrict, like, your facial hair. I'm gonna die. And not allow you to have tattoos and stuff, which is so dumb. For food service, I understand to an extent. It's basically just like you don't want hair in your food, but the fuck is the point of tattoos? Makes no sense. Okay, what we're gonna do is just a run, and we'll play normally. I'm actually getting caught up in streaming Megabonk now, but I don't care. Who do I want to play though? Dicehead is usually the guy who's at the top of the leaderboards, but as the game has gone on, just like any character gets to the top of the leaderboards. Let's try Amog. I don't like his weapon at all, but try and play him a little bit. Because only criminals have tattoos. Thanks, the head. Hair fades more and more every year. Oh dear. Let's do lifesteal, why not? You can basically, I think it's bunny hopping, right? Where you jump repeatedly and you build up momentum. Regardless, you can do that in this game. It's all like physics based. So, like Risk of Rain. This weapon sucks, dude. If I die quickly on this guy, I'm immediately switching off of him. I do not like him at all. True ADHD game? Yeah. Let's do a katana, why not? I wish I could get past one stage. So basically how it works, normally you only have access to like one tier. So when you start the game, you can only play on the other map, which is like a forest or something. And you only have access to tier 1. So what that means is you have to beat the game on tier 1. You have to get to the... Well, you don't have to even last the 10 minutes. You just have to beat the final boss. So I'm looking for the boss portal. You can use that whenever you want. It doesn't have to be at any time. You can even go 10 minutes into endless mode before you trigger the boss if you wanted to. It's just you probably won't survive. And yeah, if you're on tier 1, you can only do like one loop basically. But then you unlock tier 2. And then tier 2 you can do 2 loops. And if you beat tier 2, you can do tier 3. And on tier 3, you have access to the final boss, which when you beat him, it ends the run. So I've unlocked all the difficulties on the 2 maps. I've beaten the final boss on the other map, and I haven't gotten to the... I'm dead. I haven't gotten to the final boss on this desert yet. Okay. Hard out. I will play for 20 more minutes. Or, if I'm over next 20 minutes, but I'm doing a good run, I will finish the run. Let's try monkey one more time. We're going to try and get 500 health. Okay, Wes, lock in. Try hard Giga Run. Let's do it. Ooh, I like this song. Basically, I think every character has their own music, and then if you do something, you unlock the ability to randomize music, so... Kill these two. I'm just going to use this because that's a magnet shrine. Let's do luck. There's basically a magnet power-up and a magnet shrine. And I never, ever keep track of where magnet shrines are to go back and use them later on. So I might as well just use it now. Pick up like 4 experience as opposed to not using it ever. It's not a big deal, it just helps me out earlier on. Let's do crit. I need to see a god run, then I'm sold. This is on you. I'll play for 14 more minutes, or however long this run goes, 5 minutes. I already play for 20 minutes more. Guys. So the weapons I want is going to be... I have this banana, so I'm going to use the strengths of the banana. I'm going to try and get a bone, because it's a similar weapon. And maybe tornadoes. And then hopefully an Aegis. I really want the bone, though. I'm getting that map a lot. I guess the game really wants me to check it out. I haven't really paid attention to it. But yeah, I need the Aegis. I need the bone. If I get those two... then it's between whether I see... fuck the tornado. Tornado's not that good anyway. I'll just wait until I get the sword, the Dexecution, or whatever. My throat hurts, dude. I need to take a swig. Might actually do projectile speed. Oh. Oh. Also, this game is like fucking... It's contact damage, the game. I hate contact damage, but... And Vampire Survivors, it's quite literally, like, the only source of damage, so... Let's do duration. What happens when the timer reaches 0? So... When the timer reaches 0, all normal enemies stop respawning. And an enemy type that's called the ghost spawns. Or I think they're... Excuse me. I think they're called wisps. But they're these ghost enemies that they can fly and they move very fast. And so they swarm you. They overwhelm you very easily. And every minute into that endless mode, they get stronger. I think every 30 seconds, but every minute they like increase tiers. So I've only survived a little over 2 minutes so far. There's another achievement, another unlock for surviving 6 minutes, but I've yet to find a build that's strong enough. I found plenty of builds that kill quickly, but oh Jesus. Contact damage, man. I'm gonna hit R, just gonna redo this quickly. I haven't found a build that enables me to, like, withstand taking damage while also, like, dealing it. Because they get so close to you and they're so fast that even though you kill them, they still get a hit on you before they die. I'm thinking of one day when I chase that achievement of doing like a specialized build. There's a lot of AoE weapons I can get. Maybe make that possible. It's pretty much the genre, I guess. 6, holy. Um, but yeah, so Vampire Survivors is interesting because once you hit 30 minutes, that's the whole point of Vampire Survivors is you don't spawn the boss, you're supposed to last 30 minutes. So I used to think 30 minutes is way too long, like it takes for fucking ever. But after playing this game, now I'm like, well, 10 minutes is really fast. Especially since Vampire Survivors has collections. Sorry, they have like pickups on the map. They have maps, each have like their own spawned items. But there's not as many like interactables and power-ups as there are in this map. So 10 minutes is just like not enough time to get all the loot on a map. I don't know what's going on with my nose. I mean, I guess it's the mustache, but it doesn't feel like the mustache. 30 minutes of Vampire Survivors does feel long. Yeah. Let us leave. This is really bad. You can also go into basically your collections so you can see all the items and stuff you have unlocked. And for everything that you don't start with at the base game, you can disable it so it doesn't show up in runs. That'll be really helpful for weapons, but at the same time, it kind of feels scummy to use that, but if this run dies again, I'm going to attribute it to RNG, so I'm going to disable some stuff and then I'll get back. In fact, I'm going to do it right now, probably. Unless I level up in 2 seconds and get a really good power-up. I'm not going to kill myself, but I'm not going to save myself either, you know? I'm going to go Batman on myself. Okay, let's quit. What would be the perfect length? 15? I don't know. I'll show you. There's an achievement that I want to get, but it's a pain in the ass. So this, I don't know what this does, but you have to charge all charge shrine on a tier 3 run across all 3 stages without leaving the charge zone. So maybe like a quarter of the interactable power-ups in the map are these charge shrines, which when you approach them, it creates that dome, and you basically have to sit in that range while the thing fills up. And if you exit the range, it like resets progress. But this tome, this unlock is saying you have to get all of those shrines on a map in a tier 3, which means 3 maps. So, I don't know, there's like 20 of those shrines per map. You have to get each of those on each of the maps in a run without ever leaving the zone once you enter it. I don't even think I've unlocked all the charge shrines anytime I've done a map. So that's going to be difficult. So we're going to roll with projectile quantity, health. Let's not do lifesteal. Definitely not going to do cursed. And let's do luck and XP. So basically, all we have are these base tomes. So we'll just banish those if we see those. This is easy. I'm just going to banish everything I don't want to see. A lot of these I don't know if they're ever good. I'm going to keep this. I totally forgot about this. This is going to help us increase our health as well. So basically, we're going to use blood magic for HP. We're going to start with a banana. The problem is I want a bone, but the Aegis is also good. The Aegis is a shield, which is going to let us be invulnerable for a little bit. Kind of protect us. I just don't know if it'll be better. You know what? I'm going to roll with this, and we'll skip the bone if we get the bone. Items, I'm not going to worry about banishing because you can only ever have 4 tomes and 4 weapons in a run. Items, you can get literally every single one of these items. So, alright, let's do it. Holy! Did you read my holy? I got a bone for you right here. This. But yeah, if this game had 15-minute timers, then that achievement would be pretty... Maybe not like free, but it would feel a lot easier, I think. So these businessmen are shops. I've probably interacted with them a little bit. And the color of their hat determines the minimum level of rarity that they offer. So a purple hat is very, very good. The only thing better than a purple is legendary, which is like yellow and gold. Out of these, I think I want a slurp gloves because cursed grabbies, and maybe I get toxic barrel. I think toxic barrel. Cursed grabbies I think are good, but they lower my max health, so I'm trying to do an achievement to have more max health. Oh, beautiful. So I really don't want to be making that more difficult for myself. What does this guy have? Oh, and if this is the lowest rarity shop, you can have higher than the lowest rarity, but whatever the lowest rarity is, it'll at least have that level in there. These ones, I really like the crit, even though it's the cheapest. I always love crit chance. I feel like damage is the hardest thing to achieve in this game. Like, you can actually get decent survivability, but it's very easy. Like, you have to you have to pretty much build specifically for, like, damage. You can't really multitask and have good damage output. Woo, excuse me. Sorry. Let's try this shrine. So this is a charge shrine, by the way. Okay. I don't know if I should have done that, but... Okay. I wanted that health, but dear lord. I hate these balls because they move faster than like everybody's default movement speed. I'm gonna banish these other tomes. I probably should have just leveled up that one, but... What's that supposed to mean? Dingus, did you manage to make Wes laugh out loud? Damn, should I buy this? Yes. Even though you don't like anything, you hate everything in the world. There's nothing you appreciate. Why are you explaining all this? I already know everything there is to know about this game. Sorry, Dangus, I'm just yapping, trying to fill the void instead of not saying anything ever. What should I talk about? I actually don't like explaining stuff. Like, I feel like it's kind of annoying content unless somebody specifically asks. But, I'm not interesting, so I have literally nothing else to talk about. But I think it's much better if you have, like... If you're not interacting with people, so you're just feeling like dead air. Oh! To, like, talk about anecdotes and stories and shit. Bone! Ooh, that's good. Ah, fuck. Good, I killed him. Let's do experience. Even though those two weapon upgrades are pretty good. Mirror. So that boss curse shrine, it adds another boss whenever bosses spawn. So there are two bosses that spawn, like random bosses. There's only like two bosses that can spawn per map. So on this map, it's either whether you get the scorpion first. I shouldn't have picked that up. I think the boss is going to spawn at 7 minutes. That's when they first spawn. So I'll either get the scorpion or the stone golems. If it's the stone golems, that's fine because you can run away. But the scorpions are pretty freaking ranged. So it's pretty messy if I'm about to get them. Thank God it's the sand golems. Okay. We will continue collecting. Get the fuck out of here. Also, why don't you have a pop filter on your mic? I do have a pop filter. I'm going to get rid of it because I'm not going to keep it when I move. But I didn't notice the pop filter I have substantially helping. I had a pop filter that you actually put over your mic, and I had a pop filter that I speak through. And basically, I think if this wasn't directly in front of my mouth, it would probably be a little bit better. I could actually mess with that. I think if I do this, it's fine. The problem is, I don't know how this affects, like... Oh shit, I forgot about blood magic. Or is this right? Yeah, let's do blood magic and not prioritized executioner. I forgot I wasn't gonna do bone, but whatever. I saw the bone and I got excited. I think it's better to like talk at an angle to avoid plosions, but it really works well if your environment's set up like if you have a nice studio setting, you know, which I do not. So it is what it is, but I bought this whole like streamer set. I don't remember what it was called, but it had this mic arm. It had a pop filter that I can attach and like move it. It's like a pop filter screen. And then it also had a pop filter that you can put on top of microphones. But that's like, it's way too big for my microphone, so it kind of just like sits along it. I don't think it matters that it doesn't fit it properly, but it's very awkward. It's just a loose pop filter sitting on top of my mic. Does this have controller support? It do have controller support. Actually, I started playing on keyboard because I didn't realize it had controller support. So it's awkward for me now, but had I known, I would have started using controller. Please don't kill me. Why are you an ape? Can I meet Esco's mom? When do you switch to daylight savings? Have you played Vampire Survivors? And how do you think it compares? Like a sock on the mic? Okay, Lurk. I think your sleep schedule is interesting. Also, where are you moving to? Sounds good. Talk at an angle. I need egg cartons for my walls. This place is... Your place is so echoey. Dangus, you stream? No, he does not. Yeah, I know that feeling when things are too big. Do you? Never. If I streamed, would you raid me? If I felt it was worthwhile for me to do so. Now, my thing was like, I either want to raid when I genuinely feel like being sociable, but I'm a fucking social ape, so it's kind of sucked. If I haven't raided into people who I actually know, it just feels a bit weird. Like 50-50, you'll get somebody who's like gives you the time of day, but then the other 50% of the time they just like they say hi to you and then you like try and talk to them a little bit and it's kind of like they struggle to hold a conversation with you, and it makes me feel like, oh shit, and they're like not interested in talking to me at all. I guess I'm just gonna go then. Not even like a offended, like I think it's probably just they might be like a little social anxious, as I would be as well, but I take it as like they don't like me and I'm bugging them, so I feel bad and I leave. But otherwise I just like raiding people that I know and have some sort of oh come on, some sort of comfortability with by default, because then I can like raid and I know at the end of the day they're kind of my friends, so the vibes will be nice and I can chill and hang out there. What the fuck? Dang this, you weirdo. I'm supposed to be locking in. I've got like... I'm 7 minutes into this run and I'm level 11. This is horrible. Okay, if I die, I'm gonna switch to my favorite character, which is Marty McFly. Look at this! Oh, well. I was doing, like, fantastic bunny hopping for a second. See, I'm, like, avoiding a lot of damage because of Aegis, but it's not good enough. Okay, let's get out of here. Hi, Raiders. Welcome. Scholzy hopping. I did not ask you, Wes. Fuck me for asking questions in one quick conversation. I have come across 0 occasions where a streamer feels sociable at the end of streamer sociable period. I don't think that's true. I think if like 100% of your those occasions are like Riv and Scholzy and you know people that you're friends with and that you always hang out in, like yeah, they're fucking drained because people are fucking draining when they watch their streams and stuff, but like even Shoals, like when she feels like it, she'll rate a stream and talk to them and you know, hang out there. Like Rivies. That's the thing is there's a very low amount of streams, you know, like Rivies, where especially for me, where I think there's 2 people I could raid. Oh, I mean 3 people. There's Shoals, Rivy, and John. I would be totally okay with raiding because I'll just when I'm not streaming, I'll have them on and lurk anyway. So we're gonna do this, dude. We're not gonna chase achievements. We're just gonna try and complete this map on tier 3. His weapon is really, really good. Electric dagger or something. It's just really powerful, so... And he's fast. He can get fast. I really don't know how to build up his speed. I don't know how his speed works. I feel like if you go diagonally, you like gain momentum. But if you ever change direction, you lose momentum. Because I feel like this is me holding W. Let's do crit chance. This is me holding W. I feel like he doesn't get faster. But if I hold like W and A, I feel like he gets like crazy fast, right? I don't know if that's just because the physics are off in this game. So it's like that common rookie programming mistake where you do like physics-based movement, but you forget to normalize when you hold down diagonal directions. So you increase the speed when you go diagonally. I think that's what's occurring here, actually. Now that I think about it more, this is probably what's happening. The executioner, there it is. Might as well pick it up. Shrine here, let's go. Can you go to bed? Yeah, peace out, Dings. Thanks for flopping by all day. You could raid me, West. I don't stream though. Yet. Potentially. But that's the thing, Rink. Do I want to hang out in your streams? Do I want to be around you more? And I have the option not to be? I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of people who I would raid, but so many people just don't like stream regularly. And if they do stream regularly, they stream on the weekends. And if they stream regularly on the weekends, they stream like when I'm not streaming. And sometimes it lines up, like I'll end a stream but I'll go later, and then somebody who I would watch is live, or somebody I would raid is starting their stream as I'm ending. That happens. But like there's a lot of people in Parky's community, but they all just like stream later or stream on the weekends. And sometimes I stream on the weekends, but it's very rare. It's like bonus streams, you know. But it doesn't matter though. I like raiding, but at the end of the day, it does kind of feel like if there's not, I mean, it feels shitty to say this, but it's like the point of the raid is literally to like kind of help two communities kind of grow and mingle a little bit. But obviously I'm not like doing anything on my streams. I don't really have new people coming into mine at all. So then it just feels like I'm loudly entering a stream and not really providing anything with a raid. And that's literally what I would never want to do. Normally I want to just like lurk and maybe say hi. I would say hi more in streams if I didn't feel like that would compel people to kind of strike up conversation with me. My mustache is annoying. God, that sucks. Look at this dagger. I barely have any upgrades and it's murdering them. I have this item called moldy cheese. It's that first item down there in the bottom left. This purple health bar that you see on their health bar, the purple section, that's poison. And this moldy cheese, I think, is like a 40 or 60% chance to apply poison on hit. So it builds up pretty quickly. And yeah, I really like it. It's one of my favorite items, and it's like it's a common item, so it's pretty simple to acquire. That's a good oh shit, I'm gonna pick up this just because it's rare. But poison, I think, is a good method of doing damage if you have like no damage yourself, but you attack a lot. Or you get like a lot of hits in. Let's do crit chance. I'm gonna try and hit this magnet. I got it. What do I have? I have crit chance. I'm gonna hold off. I'm gonna try and do attack speed. Sorry, not attack speed. Oh, I already have the Dexecutioner, don't I? I was thinking I was getting that. So I didn't want to lose the Dexecutioner since it popped up, but I already have it. Experience. And then health. Ooh, I think I do luck over experience, actually. Let's do crit. Why not? Look at me. I'm consistently killing guys. This is good. Now I can pick up, like, this difficulty tone. What do I want for my last weapon? Probably an Aegis after taking that chunky hit. Snapchat. Whoa, that still exists? Hell yeah. Wait. You hate when I strike up conversation with you in streams, or in Discord DMs, or in stream DMs, or in Spotify DMs, or in Snap? Hi, I'm new. I came from a raid. Oh, yeah. Dingus, do you want me to shout you out? Nobody would follow, I don't think, but... Also, can you, like, hear me okay? I don't know if anybody commented, but... I don't think the plosions are any better. Or my P's and similar sounds bothering you. Dingus. You seem very peculiar to that. I also just have like a shitty mic. That's the thing. At the end of the day, you can say what you want about pop filters, but the most important stuff, I'd say more than anything, the most important thing is your environment. I'm not going to soundproof this location. And after that, it's going to be your microphone itself, right? And this is a USB mic, and it doesn't have any sort of mixer. And my location sucks, so I'm applying to... Let's get some lifesteal just so we have a little bit of baseline healing. I have 2 filters in on, not Discord, what is this? OBS. I forget what they're called. It's not suppression, but maybe it's suppression. I don't think it's a noise gate, but I have something to kill like really low volume, and then I limit myself. I don't remember the specifics, but on OBS, audio has green, yellow, and red, and I limit myself to the end of yellow, so even if I'm really loud, it'll, like, you know, level me out and not peak and stuff. Yeah, you're fine. Sounds okay. Don't know if it's any difference particular. Peculiar is also true. Where did you say peculiar? Did I say peculiar? Yeah, you can sound really good with a 50 euro mic if your room is dead. I should stream from my bedroom compressor. Yeah, let me just check. Oops, I just muted it. I have, okay, it is noise suppression. This one was interesting. And the noise suppression filter in OBS is just you choose from 2 methods. So I'm doing RNN noise. I haven't noticed any issues with that so far. I haven't noticed anything getting cut off that I wouldn't want cut off. And then I have a limiter, and I set the threshold to 9.2 decibels, and I set it really low because the release, I noticed once I would be loud, it would cut off like a bunch of extra stuff in the end. So I don't really need to get range. I picked it because it was epic, but this character scales pickup range whenever you level up, so it's kind of not the most necessary on this character. Aegis is the last weapon that I want. So you can banish. I never explained this. I never skip, but I do on other runs where I'm specifically going for something. Banish, you can banish a weapon, so that'll remove it from weapons that show back up. You can banish tomes, and you can banish items. Where's my mouse? Oh, I was gonna say, is my mouse even on the screen? You can skip, so you have to choose something, and if you don't want to choose something, you have to have a skip available, otherwise you have to click a power-up, or I can refresh, which just gives me a new list. Let's do quantity. Limiter is not a noise remover. Compressor and limiter, if anything, make it louder. You said peculiar. Yeah, I don't know how, like, what context I said peculiar. Yeah, limiter is, my noise suppression is just to, like, eliminate, like, air and some of my key presses and stuff. But I use a limiter because when I enter the red range of audio, which you don't want to do anyway, it sounds like shit and it like breaks quality and it peaks and stuff. So I put on a limiter to limit it just to the maximum edge of yellow, of the yellow range. Let's do this. Moldy cheese. Yeah, let's do moldy cheese. Holy shit, I'm 16 seconds delayed. What just happened? I don't like using a limiter because I support women. Oh yeah, dude. I don't know the joke there, if that's a joke. This is a run. Esko, are you witnessing? The problem is, I think this is a different final boss on this map. Even if I get to him, I'm still on tier 1 map right now. So who knows if we'll even get to tier 2. But, I don't know how this boss even works. Oh, limit her. Nice. Ooh, there's a damage power up. I wish there was just like a map that you could try though. Let's go ahead and get this. This will help a little bit, even though we won't really benefit it from the rest of this map. Excuse me. Dingus 1 out of 10. Is that relative to all my other jokes, or is this like an objective funny measurement scale? Objective. Look at that damage. That's still pretty fast. But I always want to try and build to delete bosses, but obviously I'm trying to do some achievements at the same time on this run, so... Like, I would never get this HP tome if I wasn't going for HP achievement. Let's do some blood magic. I don't know how much blood magic has helped so far. Let's do evasion. I always wanted to do an evasion build, because evasion has, I think it's one of the only stats with diminishing returns. So if you got like improve evasion by plus 100%, it doesn't give you 100% evasion. It would give you like, I don't know, it depends on how much evasion you already have, but it like lowers, because obviously if you had 100 evasion you wouldn't be damaged ever. You would avoid all attacks. I think that's all the monuments. Oh, one more. Oh, there's a few more. Let's do knockback, why not? I'm not gonna fight this boss because I've only got 30 seconds. He's not very difficult necessarily, but he has a lot of health. And he only drops a free chest, so it's not really worth it at this point. A free chest just dropped over there. That would be worth it to get. Let's do projectile. I made some real stinkers. It's fine, sorry. I'm sweating in Rocket League? What are you apologizing for? Oh no, we've started the final thing. I think we might die. Stop. This is not good at all. Need some lifesteal to kick in. Need some bosses to die as well. One boss. 2. 3. Die, dude. Holy crap. I don't have much time since the timer already ran out, but luckily they're kind of... I can withstand them for a little bit. Max HP. Luck. Max HP. So basically this is endless mode. I'm gonna go pick up this chest real quick. Huge. So in 4 seconds I'm gonna start getting black wisps, which are really fast. Do a lot more damage. The biggest issue is they move you when they hit you. So I'll sit here for a second, but I'm gonna try and hit E as soon as I poop my pants. Yeah, fuck that. I've lost quite a few runs to me just being greedy in the endless mode and not teleporting. It's just, I wish it were not physics-based, because then, like, they wouldn't push you around. And it's just, it feels really gnarly when you get pushed around like that. Holy, visual overload. Did anybody answer? Oh, I guess Rink said I didn't sound bad. Talking like this. Is this preferred, would you guys say, to my like having my microphone horizontal. I don't know how you're supposed to do it. I just know I'm supposed to talk at my microphone. But I only do it horizontally like that just because how I originally had my mic set up, it would block my face, but now actually this blocks even less of my face. But the problem that I have is because of my suppressor and stuff, my suppression rather. If I go out of range a little bit or just look in a different direction, it kind of really, I think, impacts my clarity. You also answered twice? Well, dangus, I skip over like 30%. Well, I read 30% of your messages. For my own sanity and mental health, though. You understand. Both are fine. I think it doesn't matter as long as you're talking to receiving end. Yeah. I go back and forth about wanting, whatever you call it, like is it XLR mic? Just not a USB mic. Because I hate USB. Like, if I can find a method of reducing USB in my system, I would prefer that. Right now, my camera is USB, my mic is USB, and my capture card is USB. I do kind of like the capture card being USB, but that's not, like, I could get rid of that. The problem is capture cards are pretty expensive. But an internal capture card would be nice. I think on my next setup, I would like to do that. And then still have my mobile capture card if I want to, like, have a mobile setup. Maybe I get a laptop or something. You can look at the Shure. Yeah, I think I would get the Shure. Basically the mic that Shoals has, but the mic that, like, everybody goes for. Just because I feel like even if there's better stuff, I feel like that doesn't mean anything to me because I like these mitts. I'm gonna get this leeching crystal because it's related to an achievement. If I get 3 leeching crystals, that's an achievement. So I have to find out how to get 2 more. The problem is this thunder mitts will be really, like, powerful. But whatever. Oh, my constant struggle with games. Do I play for enjoyment or do I play to get achievements? No, the most people have the Shure SM7B. Oh, okay, that's a different Shure. With the MV7, you have both options. Oh, I wouldn't want both. I think I'd want just basically what Shoals has, because she has that. She's worked with it for years. Everybody has the Shure. What is it? The Shure SM7B. So when I think about that, I don't have a lot of audio knowledge. I don't want to put a lot of time into having to figure out, like, a perfect setup in addition to having to figure out my device. For me, it just makes sense to do the most popular option in that case, because then you've got a huge, like, user base. So tons of people have gone through all sorts of situations, all sorts of environments, all sorts of PC setups with the Shure SM7B. I'm sure, as opposed to basically any other microphone at this point. I have a Razer Siren X, I think it's called. It's just, I don't even know why I decided it. I think my friend, my friend is like the kind of textbook, kind of like you hear about something popular so you do it, but you kind of don't invest enough time into it. So they went to an XLR mic, but they had like tons of audio issues and stuff that they never figured out just because it's a pain in the ass and they didn't, like, devote that time to researching it and figuring it out. But before that, they had the Razer Siren X and they recommended it, so I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. I just needed something. I want to get the shield. And hopefully they don't knock me out of this charge. They did. Let's do crit chance. Crit chance. I don't have any questions. What are you? If you have any questions, I am an audio engineer. Nice, Dangus. If you notice, I have 4,000 kills nearly, and I'm halfway through tier 2. So, to get 10,000 kills on a single run with a single weapon is pretty insane. Also, the fact that my electric dagger is probably doing the bulk of my damage and kills at this point, so I'm kind of stealing kills from the Dexecutioner achievement actively right now. Let's do movement speed. Is that the boss? It is. It's nice because when you find the boss portal, it marks it on your map. So when I get out of range, it'll have a red arrow telling me where the boss spawn is. Let's do blood magic. I'm at 400 health, just about. So 100 more health, and then I get that achievement. Oh, I got a lot of money. See, there's a scarf. I don't like gameplay that, like, forces me to do something awkward. And to me, like, there are times where I jump around a lot, but if I don't need to jump, I don't like to jump. It feels bad, and technically it's like a bit of a commitment. Like, if you're in the air, there's only so much you can control, you know? So I don't like to rely on that scarf item. But if I were to jump constantly, I would have way more damage. 33% more damage. I think I'm too stupid for this joke. It's a stupid joke and very logic based. If you have questions, then... Oh. Well done, Dingus. This is a safe space, Dingus. You can exist here. I appreciate you coming by and workshopping your humor in my stream. Have you guys seen any of Clover Pit at all? It's a Gamba, a slot machine roguelike. And I quite like it. At first I was kind of like, this seems like it's way too difficult, but I kind of understand more about how the game works. So the more I play of it, the more I enjoy it. And I think overall you can note your progress as these 4 drawers. You can basically, you play a run in Clover Pit until you get a key, and then you can go endlessly, but as long as you get that key, you can unlock this drawer. But once you get that key in a run, you can't get another key until you start a new run. So basically there's 4 drawers. To get all the drawers, you would have to do 4 separate runs. And I've won 3. So I just have to win 1 more run, and then I'll see what happens next. I think there's a bit more story, potentially. But that's a crazy... It is a very gambly game, very RNG dependent, whereas this game has a lot of skill to it. And there is skill in Clover Pit, but it's more like skill of planning as opposed to like Twitch skill and stuff like that. Like dodging and active skills, you know? Like reactionary skills. Muscle memory. Seen someone play it. It seems like Balatro in 3D. In that it's like a gambling thing, but it's not like poker. It's just slots. Even Balatro, like if you have enough knowledge of Balatro, it's still random, but if you have knowledge of, you know, poker and the systems at play, you can basically... It's a lot is still doable and winnable in Balatro, even if it doesn't feel that way. Clover Pit, on the other hand, is like... You can, to an extent, you can do builds to combat stuff, but if you just roll shit for a round, then, like, what can you do, you know? But, I quite literally want them to do 3D Balatro, and even if it's the exact same game, but just takes place in a tiny little 3D chamber that you can look around in and stuff, I think that'd be so cool. I really like the, retro sort of 3D graphics, like PS1 art style. I've got to stop talking soon. Okay, no matter what happens, I've gone way beyond what I wanted to do for stream. Like, I still wanted to do this. I still had fun, but I just wanted to hit 4 hours minimum for stream today. So, this was a good run, even if I end up failing it. I had a lot of fun. So, I'm going to stop after this run. But also, I'm like dying. My throat's dying. $27 more HP and I'll get the achievement. I'm not gonna... This was really bad. I'm not gonna have enough time to fight this boss because it probably has too much health. I don't even know if I could beat this boss in a minute. I don't think I do that much damage. We'll see. Yeah. I'm gonna be in endless mode for a bit. Projectiles all around. Okay, huge. Let's do luck. Luck basically determines the rarity of the rewards that you get, so overwhelmingly I'm getting common rewards, green ones. If my luck was a lot higher, I could get rare. I don't know what's beyond rare. Oh, blue is uncommon, so rare is purple and then legendary. But yeah, it's really good if you get it pretty high. I will sit here for a few seconds. If nothing else, it's good to at least wait for the first minute of endless mode, because you get a lot of money and experience and stuff. Hey! Where's my achievement? I have over 500 health. Oh, there it is. Jesus. I was like, why isn't it triggering? Crit chance is good enough, so let's just click this because it's rare. Please don't die, West. Alright. That would be really cool. You think 3D Balatro Online would be a thing? I don't know if I want multiplayer Balatro. Well, there is a multiplayer mod. I've never actually been to Tier 3 Desert. This is new for me, guys. So this is different. If I hit this boss portal, it'll teleport me to a new area to fight a final boss. Also, welcome back, Jackie. Gonna be ending here soon. I promise this time. Hope your walk was good. Tomorrow, definitely, I will cut off at a 4-hour stream, though. Hopefully, I can beat Little Nightmares 2 tomorrow. But it's not the worst case scenario if I have to play Little Nightmares 3. I mean, if I have to play Little Nightmares 2 for a third day, I'll just play, I'll go back to Nightmare Before Christmas afterwards. But I specifically I didn't think I'd stream this long for one, but I specifically kind of wanted to lay off of Little Nightmares 2 for today. Oh, I was saying, there's already a multiplayer Balatro mod that apparently people play. I don't think it'd be the worst thing ever, but it's not like, I think Buckshot Roulette definitely benefits from multiplayer. But yeah, 3D Balatro multiplayer would be pretty cool, probably. I mean, multiplayer Balatro would be cool, but 3D I don't think would add any benefit other than it just feels like cozier. To me, Balatro just feels like it's better than this, but it feels like at the end of the day you're interacting with like an Excel spreadsheet, because it's just like flat UI. Even though there's a lot of like animations and it's really vibey and stuff, I honestly think after playing Clover Pit and Buckshot Roulette and other 3D games like that, even being in a small confined chamber and just being able to move your camera around is pretty good atmosphere. Oh, one more crystal. So I totally forgot about that. The crystal is... Where is it? Crystal's blue. So if I find a blue microwave, I can duplicate the crystal. Faster you move, the more your attack speed you gain, max 40% per stack. Let's do turbo skates, yeah. Why not? We have to raise some funds. Swarm! There's lava? What the hell? It was nice. That's good. That's good. I'm not sure if how this boss goes. I know it's another Anubis, but the first boss kind of sucks because he's got 4 phases, and basically he disables weapons depending on what phase he's in. So in phase 1 he disables 3 of your weapons, and you can only use your character's weapon. So if you pick a character with a shit weapon, you better hope it's fucking powerful. Let's do jump height, because that was an issue in the first final boss. This swarm is a hectic. I still don't even have 10,000 kills yet on this run. We're almost done with tier 3. Do projectile. Now I'm just gonna, I wish, I can't get any achievement with Executioner, so I'll contribute what kills I can, but I'm gonna focus on powering up like my daggers, basically. And if I can't power up my dagger, then I'm gonna power up my tomes, because tomes don't get disabled. That being said, I wonder if this boss is kind of different, and maybe he disables tomes instead of weapons, or maybe he doesn't disable anything. Who knows? I don't know, but we're about to find out, aren't we? I feel this. I love Balatro. I got tired of the XL effect. Yeah. I just like Clover Pit. It's like if you could imagine Balatro, you sit down at the table, you play your round, but then after a blind, you get up as if Clover Pit you do I think it's just called rounds. So you do a round in Clover Pit. You can choose to start your next round, or you can like walk around a little bit, right? There's that little bit of movement involved. I think that's super important for my enjoyment of the game. So in Balatro, it'd just be really cool if you play a blind and then you get up and you like physically walk over to the store and stuff like that, you know? I think that would enhance it so much. Honestly, we're not doing a whole lot of damage. Let's continue doing luck. You can see their health going down, but the final boss is going to have like 6 times as much health as them, so this does not bode well for us. I don't even know if I can kill these guys in 2.5 minutes. And I think the best DPS is having 2 targets, because the way the wireless daggers work, the dagger shoots out and then it has a bounce, so it says 9.6 bounces, so each dagger will bounce between enemies 9 times. If you just have 1 enemy, I don't think it bounces at all. So if you have 2 enemies, you're getting like, I think, max DPS out of these daggers. Maybe they bounce to 1 enemy though. So like every dagger does 9 instances of damage. But I don't think that's how that works. Good night, Dangby. I am become... Is that Sleepy? Thanks for streaming. Good night. Thanks for hanging, Dangus. Have a good night. See ya next time. Esco, are you present? I've locked in. So you have to buy the game. I'm happy that I got another moldy cheese. I am but tanking. Probably SFK. Good luck, Esco. Good luck, Esco. Good luck, Esco. I'm just gonna go to the final boss. I don't think there's much more I can gain. Let's see what this guy does. Apparently this guy was really difficult. According to the dev. You Janubis. I don't think I have enough healing. There go all my weapons. So it's basically the same sort of fight. The bosses between the 2 levels are different. They have slightly different attacks. Like this Anubis has a lot of lasers. But on top of that, it seems like the final boss mechanics are the exact same. So it shoots these glowing balls. When I get into phase 3, or when I get into phase 2, he's going to shoot 2 different colors of balls at me. And when I get into phase 3, he's going to get another ball, and so on. And until I kill him out of this phase, I'm going to have all my weapons disabled. Okay, so now I have to do this shit. Because he's immune and healing. I am a little bit better prepared. I'm glad I got my jumps. I didn't have jumps the first time I successfully killed a boss. So, okay, that was really risky. What the fuck is that at? So basically it was a struggle to get to these pylons. Oh shit, I decided to... No, this is... Oh, I have the clock! So I died. I don't know if I can beat this guy, but... I have this item that when you would die, the item gets deleted. And you restore health and time slows down. I don't like this because it's like bullet hell and I don't think it's enjoyable. Yes, it's difficult. I don't think it's fun. My life still sucks ass, so it's taking me forever to heal back up. I did unlock my Dexecutioner, but that's not like incredibly powerful. I really want that Aegis. It's unfortunate that Aegis is my 4th weapon, because that's really going to help me survive, but I have to survive 2 rounds to unlock it. So, oh, he's already on this round, so... Okay. Shit. Good. Good, good, good. I don't know what's happening. I'm looking at his health and like it's not going down and then it just drops by like 200,000. I'm not really sure what's occurring. Honestly, those orbs that are added in later phases, those are the worst part of these fights. Oh my god, I need the shield. Okay, if I can do this phase, I get the shield, which should just really be beneficial. There's like 1,000 fucking projectiles, though. Oh, that was luck. That was luck, 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 luck. Quickly! Quickly! Alright, we got our shield. That's just beneficial because the shield doesn't necessarily make us invulnerable, but every one of those shields floating around me, they respawn every however often. It basically, instead of like taking full damage for a hit, I take like 1 damage for a hit, so... Combined with a shield, that's pretty good. He's almost dying. I don't know what the hell is doing damage. I'm gonna have to pay attention to this at the end of the run. Please die. Please die. Oh, thank God. Hell yeah. Well, that's huge. So I completed tier 3 of the desert, which I think is its own achievement, and then I beat a second final boss, which is its own achievement. Thanks for the clappy. I don't think there's any benefit to leaving as opposed to just dying here, so... Just see how long I can last. Okay. I think this is my favorite character though, just because he's fast. I like his style. I like hoverboards. And he starts with like a really powerful weapon, so. Do I even bother going for that chest? Yes. Damage? Okay, fine. Nearly 6 hours of stream. Holy crap. This is where it sucks, because even if I want to leave, they're pushing me around so much. There's a lot of burgers here, which is good. If I float over them, it'll heal me. I don't know how much, but the fact that there's so many is very nice. I want to try and avoid, like, jumping, because once you jump, the physics are just... they'll, like, shoot you up to space, basically. Which, honestly, might be, of benefit to me. I will just respawn, but... this is crazy. Silver Surfer vibes, yeah. Which is funny, because I never liked Silver Surfer. I don't really care about comic book stuff too much, but, as a kid, I never liked the idea of anything that was, like, tied to something that way. So it felt like the Silver Surfer had to be connected to a surfboard, and then it's like, well, how does he go through, like, buildings and shit? I don't know the lore of Silver Surfer or anything, though. I like the respawn because it moves me, but it seems like everybody else has to travel up to me. Oh, there's a chest! We'll try and get it on our next respawn. Or 8. Ah! He phases through. Oh! I totally forgot about this. That's cool. We got that organically. So there's Kevin. I've heard about Kevin. I don't know what he does. I think it's a kind of a toxic item, Kevin. That's cool. I totally forgot about that achievement. That's really good. So we got 500 health as an achievement. We got 3 leeching crystals. We got tier 3 desert, which I'm sure that's its own achievement. I don't know if I unlock any like items from that. Let's keep doing the sword. But that'll unlock challenges. Oh no, there wasn't an achievement specifically for tier 3 desert, but there was an achievement to fight the final boss twice, so that's the second time I fought him. But I also unlocked tier 3 desert challenges, which is cool. And then I think something else. We'll see if I can get 10,000 kills with the sword that I have. I have 2 minutes to survive. Let's see if I can do that achievement too. I'm cooked. Oh, never mind. Shit. That's a new PB, but I still need to survive 2 minutes after that point. New record. Kevin, energy core, and a chonk plate. Sir Ufo Ouchie. Chunk plate. Healing above max HP allows you to overheal by 70%. Oh my god, that's amazing. It's legendary, so I'll probably never get it, but there's an item like that in Risk of Rain, and it's amazing. Energy core. Shoot and oh my god! There's a lot of these are similar to Risk of Rain 2. These items are basically where a lot of the Risk of Rain 2 comes in. This is a really good item though, I'm assuming, because in Risk of Rain 2 a similar item is very good. Kevin hates you. Plus 25% chance that Kevin will punch you whenever you hit an enemy. Okay. I'll put on some Kevins. That's cool. This one, I will literally have to look up a guide and see how people unlock this. I haven't tried out a lot of these. Dragon Breath. I'm sure if you level up any weapon enough, it's probably good. But there are some weapons that are just good no matter what. Bone. Lightning Staff's pretty good. Banana's pretty good. Blood Magic can be useful, not on its own. I don't really like dice, but I don't think they're horrible. Electric daggers or wireless daggers, amazing. Slutty rocket's actually pretty good. But yeah. Pretty cool. I'm gonna see how many kills I need for the weapon. This one? Nope. This is the survive the final swarm for 6 minutes. I don't know what the soul harvester does though, but it sounds cool. Wow, I only got like 3,000 kills with this weapon in that run. And I had like 16,000 kills. Loki identify with Kevin. In what context though? Do you hate me and there's a 25% chance that you'll punch me? Or just in general, that's how you feel towards everybody. This is good. I did increase progress towards this. I only got like 50, but that's better than nothing. This one sucks. So there are cactus enemies that spawn in the desert, but you don't like always get the same enemies spawning at the same intervals in any map. So that's a really RNG heavy one. And you have to kill them with thorns damage, which means they have to hit you, and you have thorns, which deals damage when you get hit. Which is pretty toxic because everyone starts with a weapon. So I'm really not sure how you go about that. I'm gonna let you connect the dots. You know what, Esco? Dots are already connected. That's it for me today, everybody. Stream died a bunch of times, so it'll be fun for me patching together all those freaking VODs. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. Some of you all day. More Little Nightmares 2. So the original plan for Spooky Month of October is every Monday I start like a Little Nightmares sort of thing. Do a shorter game that hopefully I could complete in one stream. Turns out you can't really do that with Little Nightmares 2. So, last Monday was Little Nightmares 1. Today was Little Nightmares 2. I'm going to play Little Nightmares 2 until I finish it. Hopefully that's tomorrow. No matter what, I'm just going to aim for a 4-hour stream. If something happens, I'll do less than 4 hours, but I will try not to go beyond 4 hours tomorrow. And I'll start way earlier than I did today. So probably even less of you will be able to watch. What else? After Little Nightmares 2, if I beat it, I will beat it probably no matter what by Wednesday. If it takes me until Wednesday, I'll just play Nightmare Before Christmas after that. But next Monday, regardless, I will probably play Bramble. I'm really wanting to play Resident Evil 7 now. Or some Resident Evil. And I haven't played 7, I haven't played 8. I'd like to play 7 and then 8. So it will likely be Resident Evil 7. I'm thinking about playing Resident Evil 4 Remake on the crappy PS4 port. That would be fun. Convenience Store is short. Is Convenience Store a Chillizart? Or is it like similar to Chillizart? There's some other game that I think is coming out in October. It's not a big release like Little Nightmares 3. But I think it's a horror game. And nobody I know talks about it. So I was like, oh, that might be fun to play. But I can't for the life of me remember what it is. Unfortunately. So rip that. Maybe if I remember, I remember. But I think at this point I'll just play Bramble. Because I don't have anything else specifically planned. And I think Bramble is horror enough. Or at least horror adjacent. Let's do an ending. Let's get the hell out of this game. And yeah. Oh yeah, Amnesia. I have to play Amnesia. I actually might play that before Bramble. Because I'd like to play Amnesia The Dark Descent during October. So might be Amnesia before. Take care, everybody. I'm not gonna raid. Nah, I don't feel like raiding. My voice is shot. I got shit to do. I don't really want to socialize anymore. Thanks again, everybody, for hanging out. And yeah, see you guys when I see you. Streams tomorrow. It'll be earlier than I started today. If you're interested, I do have a YouTube channel where I put all my VODs up. So this VOD will go live tomorrow at midnight, so like in 8 hours. Have a good rest of your week if I don't see you, and a good rest of your Monday. And happy Halloween. Bye, guys. Bye-bye.